This is Stay Paid, a sales and marketing podcast on a mission to help you close more deals and retain more business.
Welcome to another episode of Stay Paid. My name is Joshua Stike.
And I'm Luke Akery.
And with more brands and competition fighting your client base's attention each and every day, it's important to stay top of mind in meaningful ways. And since every person is unique and has their own communication preferences, you have to cover all your bases, from phone calls to text messages to direct mail, and what we're going to cover today, email communication. So today we're going to go over the 5 emails you should be sending to your clients all year long.
And I was listening to a podcast. It was actually Ryan Pineda's podcast, and he got awakened to emails, and he never believed in email marketing. He saw it as mass blast lottery. And he's huge, right? Yeah. He's huge on content creation, huge on Instagram, TikTok, podcasting, all that stuff. And he met an email marketer, and the email marketer goes, Ryan, you don't believe in email because you don't realize what email is. Mm-hmm. He goes, email is content.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Mm-hmm. And email is just a medium of distribution. And I thought that was a great way to frame it, because a lot of times we think of email as email, right? Like you're getting email. You don't think about it as, no, it's content.
Yeah.
It's content that you're putting out. So you're putting out
Instead
content
of on a
Instagram.
social feed, you're seeing it on your inbox feed.
You're putting, and it seems simple, but when you start thinking about it as like content that you're delivering, your content serves a purpose, and now you have a strategy behind what you're doing.
Yeah. So you might be doing, you have a database of emails. You're probably got some prospects in there. You're probably staying in touch with them, trying to drive them to a sale. What we're really going to focus on today is, what do you send to those clients to stay top of mind? Because you know that you have to stay in touch with your past clients in order for them to use you again, for them to remember who you are, remember your services, but also, most importantly, refer you out. So if you're sending meaningful content that is appreciated and received well, you'll have a better success and a better chance at that. So the first one that we would recommend, and this goes for any industry, but this is going to be market and industry updates. So this is the stuff that you are an expertise on within your particular industry or your local market, because a lot of the people that listen to us are service-based sales professionals. They serve a local community.
Yeah, it's the educators. So I'll give you a perfect parallel. So Josh and I put out this podcast every Monday and Thursday.
Yep.
And we're sending emails. Regardless of if people listen to every podcast, regardless of if they open every email, they probably see them, and they're seeing Josh and Luke alongside of marketing and sales content. And we want to be known as educators and authorities in the space of marketing and sales for our own business, because we sell marketing products to people. And so if you translate that and go, okay, I'm doing the same, but for my industry, it has been insanely successful for us. And we're delivering a medium of a podcast through the medium of email. So we're taking our content of a podcast and putting it through email just to educate in our type of stuff.
Absolutely. So you have some options for this. You can pull in information automatically. If you're in real estate, you can check your MLS for current stats. You can do your industry watch report, where you can pull your median sales price, average sales price, homes for sale. Redfin has all of this available too. If you're just looking for a quick way to kind of collect it, it presents it in a really nice way. Use like an email template, a design template. You could use like a MailChimp or a Constant Contact. You can use there's pre-built templates and just drop in the information for your particular market. Another thing would be, and we talked about this maybe a couple episodes ago, this idea of being the educator, right? So you can use your email as an opportunity to give your take on the interest rates or what's happening in the market today with this market shift. You're posting the videos on social media. You're putting up the infographics on social media. You're already using some of this. Repurpose it to hit those people in a different medium that they might prefer, which would be their emails. Go ahead.
I was just going to say one thing also that I would give people a tip of is, when you get feedback from your clients, listen to that feedback when it's surrounding your educational content, because it will help you refine your message. So if you give a market report and they want to know deeper details, then let me start crafting my email with those deeper details next time, and it gets people more and more engaged.
Absolutely. We actually have an automated email newsletter with a category for, multiple categories, but also for real estate. So if you're in real estate, just as an example, our last email that went out had an article on inflation and the housing market, had an article on will interest rates impact your buying power? A huge question that people are having right now. And then a fun one, like 5 great online stores to help you redecorate your home. So it's some educational content, some entertaining content in there. It's all automatic for you. And when people click through to read those articles, the pages are branded to you as well. The second one that we would recommend, because you're probably serving a local community, is what's happening. So local events and community news, what's going on in the area.
Yeah, so we have something that was super popular when we launched it. It still is super popular, but man, it took off like a rocket, is we curate the local events that are happening in the community.
Yeah.
What's been phenomenal about this is you can go to like Eventbrite, Facebook events, and there's tons of different sites that host local events, but there's so many of them, you have to, weed through them and pick out the good ones.
You have to pull the pictures down, you have to copy and paste the text.
Exactly. So we're curating all those local events. I would encourage you don't have to use our stuff, but local events get great open rates and great engagement because people are interested in what's happening in their local community.
Yes.
And it's key. Don't just do the concerts, right? Everybody's going to be able to see the Carrie Underwood
Everyone knows
concert
Taylor Swift
happening.
is coming on tour next year.
You definitely know, man. You reached out to me. You're like, I have 2 women in my life that want to see that. Are we going to get tickets?
Yeah, exactly.
But people want to know the concerts, but they want to know deeper than that. They want to know the festival that's happening. They want to know the cheesesteak festival that's happening in Philly, or the beer festival in King of Prussia, because we're outside of Philadelphia. You can go and find these local events, and it's even more powerful.
Yeah.
And there's other vendors, I'm sure, that do it, but we're one that does it, where we try to get the local gems that are happening in the community and send it out bi-weekly for people.
And if you're putting together these local events each week or every other week or once a month, ours goes out every other week, automatic. But if you're putting this together yourself, there's also like sort of a little level of conviction of like getting involved in the community. The greater you get involved, maybe you host your own charity event, maybe you host something yourself where you're getting to know your neighbors, the more likely you are to take action on that. And that's another thing that you could feature that really endears you to the local community. All right, the third one would be solicitation email. So I kind of bucket this under the ask email. So obviously with your prospect list, you're trying to drive them to a call to action and maybe set an appointment with you, get a comparative market analysis, something that's going to make them raise their hand and say, hey, I'm interested. With your client base, you want to reach for the ask as well. So just like on the phone, when we coach people to make their follow-up phone calls, you want to make sure you're asking for the referral. Email is a great opportunity just to throw it out there once in a while. Maybe you put it as a little tag for each one of your emails and make it easy for people to refer you. Or maybe you do a specific referral drive. Hey guys, I'm trying to get a lot of referrals in my business this month. Would love it if you just go to this page and send me some information on some people
you can even make it
with.
Yeah, you can make it fun where you can literally do competition, but do kind of like a whole competition thing about referrals. We do around Valentine's Day.
Yes.
A lot of times we will do
spread the love
share the love campaign, and we receive so many referrals. There's a stat out there, Dale Carnegie, 91% of customers will refer, 11% of salespeople ask.
Right.
You're thinking, I don't want to, I'm not going to get any. Trust me, even if you don't get, you plant the seed in the minds of all the people that know you want a referral.
Yeah.
The other ask that everybody should be doing if you want an action item from this and you're in real estate, a CMA a day. You should be trying to at least do 1 CMA a day for your client base. And that can be a simple email that you send out to them that you put together that has a basic value of their home. And then you can tell them, hey, you want more details on what your home's worth. And I can do a more comprehensive analysis for you.
Yes. Other options for this would be reviews. So asking for people to review your business. We've talked about in the past the value of local SEO and the reviews on your Google business page that play into your ability to actually appear on the first page of Google. So if you go into your Google business page and click reviews, in the upper right-hand corner of your reviews, you have to be logged into it, but in the upper right-hand corner, it'll say get more reviews. When you click that, it'll actually give you a link. So you can link people directly to where they can give your reviews. And we coached on our local SEO podcast to give them some light coaching in terms of what to say. So mentioning real estate, mentioning buying or
we
selling.
We should do this for Stay Paid. We've done it for our company. We've never done it for Stay Paid.
We've sent emails for reviews.
For reviews? Okay. I was
People have trouble
guys,
finding.
you gotta fill out the reviews.
Apple reviews system just
it's the number one. It's the number one thing though that drives it up the charts.
It is,
reviews.
Yeah, downloads, new subscribers, and reviews is a huge driver. That other places would be Facebook. So you can link directly to your Facebook reviews as well. If you go to Facebook facebook.com/your page name. So whatever, for us, it's /reminder media /reviews. That'll go directly to your reviews page. They can hit, do you recommend this business? You hit yes. Then it pops up a window to leave a review.
Nice.
Other places to call attention to if you're in real estate, Zillow is a big place to get reviews from, because if you search for a real estate agent, search for yourself, search for other agents in your area with the modifier reviews. See what search engines or what pages pop up. I searched your brother's team.
Did you?
Just out of curiosity. Yelp popped up.
Oh, nice.
So Yelp is another opportunity to drive reviews. And then your own website. Make sure that you're including testimonials and reviews on your own website, because that will pop up as well in SEO. And then the last thing that we would mention on solicitation emails would be feedback surveys. So don't miss out on this opportunity to collect feedback from your client base, not just immediately after the transaction, but a year later, 2 years later. Find out how they enjoyed working with you. Find out what else they would like to receive from you, or how else you could be of help as a professional in their business.
Dan Allison said it best. People will pay thousands of dollars for a consultant, but your best consultant is your client.
They won't ask their own clients.
But we don't go and ask our own clients for real, honest advice and feedback.
Yeah.
And it's a great way.
The fourth one would be this category. I kind of threw it under this branding / just for fun type email. So this is kind of a visual reminder of your brand, but also you can put some fun content in there. Like, we produce a digital magazine for our clients.
Yes.
They can send that out to their email list, and it's very similar to our print magazine, but it's a little bit more bite-sized, digestible content, kind of a little bit more on the fun, light side, where when they get that email, it's got a great, beautiful digital magazine that they can click through and read. But while they're doing that, they're constantly reminded of the person that sent them the magazine.
Yeah, basically they're getting a Better Homes and Garden type magazine, but it's full of recipes, home content, that type of stuff. So it's similar to your industry, but it's not just sales content. Ricky Carruth does an email a week for the rest of the time for his database, and he crushes it. He builds his whole business on it. But a lot of it will include some market stuff, but a lot of it is just great, fun stuff.
As the number one factor to his success whenever we interviewed him.
It's a simple email a week. Because it's a post I put on my Instagram today, this idea of success is really the sum of small cumulative efforts done consistently, right? And it's like your one email will do nothing for you for the most part. But if you, for years upon years upon years, put out a weekly or biweekly email to a database, and you grow that database from tens of people to thousands of people, you'll be so amazed at what will happen, because it builds trust. Trust is built over consistency, things done well over time.
It builds trust with the people. I hate to say that matter, but it builds people because they're the ones that want to receive the information. So many people, when it comes to email, focus on the unsubscribe rate, the unopen rate, right? You look at your open rate and say, 10% of people open my email. Boo-hoo, I'm not going to do email anymore. The 10% of people
that matter
that are opening and clicking through your email, those are the people that you're building a solid relationship with. I'm sure Ricky Carruth's email open rate, if we were to ask him, would probably be pretty similar to a lot of what you are saying. But
there's an industry average.
The people that want to get it will look at it, and you'll build that relationship. The people that don't are going to ignore it or unsubscribe, and who cares?
The 10% that open the email might be a different 10% than that look at your social media stories. And that's what people just don't understand. It's like you're doing all these mediums of distribution to try to reach different people in the medium that they tune into, and you do it consistently over time.
It's
to build
a great
trust.
point. There's a high likelihood that the people that are watching your Instagram reels aren't checking their email. But the people that aren't watching your Instagram reels are checking your emails.
Or like a guy commented on our magazine ad going, "No one reads magazines." And I was like, "No, sir, you don't read magazines. We send millions of these, and we know people read them because we get amazing comments on them." Does everybody read them? No. Just like everybody's not going to read an email, and everybody's not going to look at a social media story.
Absolutely. And the last one that we would recommend, probably the most important one, is just the occasional thank you email. Don't forget to say thank you to your clients. You can do this around the holidays. You can do this around special events. You can do this just completely random throughout the year. But don't forget to say thank you. Make them unique. Maybe do a video one time. I know every holiday, every Christmas, we send out, a thank you video that we feature, like all of our teams doing something, saying thank you to our clients. Pick different times during the years just to reach out randomly and make sure that you're thanking your clients and doing it in a fun and unique way.
Yeah. What do you think about doing the holiday emails and the turning back your clocks emails and stuff like that. What do you think about that? Because there's a lot of debate out there on this.
I think, to be honest with you, I think that there is no harm that can come from sending a holiday email, and it's nice.
I agree 100%. I think the people
I
are
would have
saying,
appreciated a turn back clock because I forgot to turn back clocks this weekend.
I think when you go, thank you, 10 real estate agents for sending me the same email. This is what real estate agents say about real estate agents that do that. It's like, no, now you're one of 10 versus one of a million.
Yeah,
right now, at
none
least
of 10.
Exactly. At least now you got into their mind for a split second, and that's more than your competition did, who's blasting you for sending that email. So I would say send it.
Absolutely. So there you go. Those are the 5 emails you should be sending your clients. Thank you so much for listening. You can head on over to staypaidpodcast.com for the show notes and the video of this episode. And we'll include a link in the show notes as well on how you can check out our digital marketing platform. So make sure to go check that out over at staypaidpodcast.com. We'll put it in the show notes as well. If you like this episode and want to support the show, the best way is to head on over to Apple Podcasts, leave us a 5-star review along with a comment, as we mentioned earlier in the podcast, and we will read it here on the show. And the best way to show your support is just to share this episode, share it on your social media, share it with a friend, put it in your email newsletter. Go ahead. You can do it. All right. What do you call a pony with a sore throat? You actually have a sore throat today.
Yeah, but it's from the reaction to medicine I took.
Yeah,
not a real sore throat.
What do you call a pony with a sore throat? A little horse.
That's actually a pretty good one. That's pretty good.
If you want to get a hold of me, Luke, you can email us at podcast@remindermedia.com. You can find us on social media. On Instagram and Facebook, we are at Stay Paid Podcast. And on TikTok, we are at StayPaid_podcast. Check out our TikTok. It continues
to grow
pretty dang well.
Yeah, it's going viral.
It's one of my favorite pieces of content that I check out. It's
crazy.
Every day. I don't always check out our content. I always check out our TikTok.
Yeah. It's hard to listen back sometimes to your own voice, and you're just like, oh, I sound like an idiot.
All right. Well, for this episode of Stay Paid, I'm Joshua Stike.
And I'm Luke Acree. Here's my action item for you. Is the simplest one of these to do is the branding email, and doing it consistently every 2 weeks or once a month. You need to get that into your rotation, and don't let the doubt in your mind go, well, the content is not the greatest, or I don't, just want to send this same email. This is one piece. Get this one piece going, and then you can focus on your social media. You can focus on the other emails you want to create, like market reports and all that stuff. But if you never get this going, you're missing out on opportunity today, and it's the most simple one to do. You can get companies to do it for you. Remember, the difference between top producers and mediocre producers is top producers take action. Take action on that today.